Good afternoon. Heading out for another trip on my new BMW R1300 Adventure. Picked it up Friday, a week ago. So got some experience, a few rides on it. As you can see, I'm still waiting for my panniers. Not available from BMW yet. As soon as they're available, I'm getting a set of black panniers. So far I haven't done much with it. I changed the foot pegs. You can see I have Black Dog foot pegs on it. I transitioned those from my old bike. Just called Black Dog to get new springs for it. I did order a set of Denali lights for it and 2 of the can smarts and a brake light for it. But for some reason they sat on the order for 2 days before they shipped it. So I'm still waiting for that. Apparently it's going to arrive on Tuesday next week. Would have loved to put some of that on this weekend if possible. But hey, I'll do it in a couple of weeks when I get it. Still a lot of accessories not available for the bike. Skid plate. Would like to have a Black Dog skid plate. They don't have one made yet. They haven't measured any of the bikes yet. So far the only thing I found on the bike that a little disappointed with. It's the power outlet that always used to be on the left side for the passenger. That's gone. That was a good way to charge the bike. Of course, if you have a passenger, that's where they will plug in the heated vest. And that's where I used to plug in my heated vest. So I guess I have to spend $20 and put in my own. But it seems like a silly savings from BMW's side. Alright. Let's head out for a little ride. As I mentioned before, this is my bike. I bought it for my money and I own it, so don't owe BMW anything for this. So I can be honest with my opinions are for the bike, and so far they're great. As you can see when I fired it up, I have 466 miles on it. I did a first service. First service on the bike is included. And it was raining when I got home, so I'm switching to Dynamic Pro. Few functions that I did not expect to like so much as I do on the bike. I went on a trip on the highway, and the cruise control, which is the adaptive cruise control, is actually really nice. It keeps a distance clearer to the car in front of you, and you can set the distance, and it adjusts up and down very smooth. So that was a very positive surprise. Let's put up the windshield here. It gets a little more or less wind noise over the helmet and the microphone. Still trying to plan out how to wire everything. Obviously I like to get switch power for the cell phone charger here, and I like to get switch power for my Sumo XT over here. Still waiting for Garmin to send me back my repaired Garmin 6 Navigator. All the switched electronics here is going to go down to the Can Smart when I'm getting that from Denali. Looks very tight as far as wiring and fitting the Can Smart in under the seat, but one way or another I get both of them in there. The reason I need 2, the new lights, the D7 Pro, actually requires 2 connections per light. They allow you to just run the 3 diodes in the middle, and you get different colored plastic or glass with it, white, yellow and amber. So my intention is to run daytime, just run the middle 3 and put the amber lens, the yellow lens over it, more for visibility than anything else. And then during the nighttime I turn on 100% on all the diodes. Very bright, if I remember right. It's 14,000 lumens, and I know that doesn't say everything, that's a marketing number, but hey, it says at least a little bit. It's bright. I had hoped to get those for this week so I can install them and try them out. Next weekend I will be at Rawhide in California, which is BMW's privately held off-road school in the US. I've been there many times before, but I'm gonna do some videos about that as well. I'm gonna start with the packing video, what you should bring with you to Rawhide, what's good to have and what is necessary to have when you're there. And then a few videos from the facility and maybe from the class too. I'm taking the next step again, which is if you count levels, that would be the 3rd level at Rawhide. The 4th level will be the Expedition CV, which I've taken in the past. They're all great classes. I like to get back there once a year, normally in the spring and not in the fall. I live in Michigan. There's a couple of months we really don't ride here, so it's always good to get back to do some training in the spring to get back in the groove again, so to speak. I do like the 2-finger levers for the front brake and the clutch. I normally just use 2 fingers on each anyway, and with the longer levers you sometimes pinch your fingers on it. So these are very good, very appreciated. Came with the Enduro package. And it's not cold outside, it's 56 degrees. I don't have the heated grips or heated seat on yet. I'm running with motocross gloves. The wind protection is pretty good. You have these little wings down here, and then the taller windshield, which eventually going to be exchanged for a short windshield, preferably a smoked one. Another observation is the engine noise is different than the older Boxers, and it's not just mine, it seems to be on all the 1300s. It has more of a metallic rattling sound when you start it up, and also when you're running it. So normally I run with full face helmet and earplugs in, but if I do a quick air and have a half helmet, not a half helmet, but having my Schubert helmet and not closing the front, just leave it open, I guess maybe a 3/4 helmet, I can clearly hear the more metallic noise than in my old bike. So, but they all do that, like the dealers like to tell you. So it's not a big deal, but it's a BMW noise. We're talking about phones and phone mounts, charging the phone. There is a compartment here that you can charge your phone. There's actually a USB outlet in here. I'd like to have my phone up here. I'd like to have a choice to have it down here as well, but it's nice to have it depending on what navigation software I use. I like to use Waze, and then it's convenient to have the phone up here. But I'm also going to get the short cable here so I can charge the phone on it too. This is my garage door opener. It's going to be mounted, hidden on the bike, and just the button's going to be visible. But I like to do that when I take off all the panels. And I found another way to relocate the earplugs here so I can fit the phone in there, but I like to have spare earplugs with me. So there's no excuse to use them. Like this, whatever we call this one, the sport screen. Not that it's necessary on this bike, it's probably more necessary or more fun on a double R, but obviously you have a speedometer up in the left corner. Middle of the screen I have says 40, that's the speed limit. That comes out from the connection on my phone with the BMW Connect app, telling the or showing it on the TFT screen what the speed is. To the right, I'm in Dynamic Pro. I got 127 miles to empty tank, and I'm in first gear. Then going to the left, DTC, that's my traction control, and you see that hasn't kicked in at this ride at all. RPM gauge in the middle, and on the right you have the brake. So if you brake really hard, you can see the gauge on the right hand side. Then in the middle of it there is a leaning angle meter, and as you can see right now we are not leading in any direction. We have been leading 20% maximum this ride to the left and 19 to the right. Another nice function with the Boxer engine is that it normally don't hit 90 degrees. Even if you drop the bike off-road, the cylinders prevent the bike from falling all the way flat. It stays kind of two-thirds down, so my guess is around, I don't know, 68, 70 degrees somewhere. We'll see later today if you're going to try that function out.